Who really built the Great Pyramid? This is a very big question. Many people have asked this question for a very long time. The answer has been debated in books, on television, and across the internet. Some stories suggest that beings from another planet, or aliens, constructed this massive monument. Other tales claim that countless slaves toiled under harsh conditions to build it. We must look at the evidence to find the real story. This essay will examine the facts carefully. We will compare the popular myths with the solid evidence that archaeologists have found. Our goal is to use simple words and clear ideas. We will focus on what we can see and what we can measure to find the truth. The Great Pyramid stands proudly on the Giza Plateau, near the modern city of Cairo in Egypt. It is one of the most ancient and largest structures ever built by human hands. People constructed it more than 4,500 years ago, a testament to a long-lost world. The pyramid is incredibly tall, and in ancient times it was even taller, covered in a smooth white casing of limestone. The stones used to build it are enormously heavy, some weighing many tons. This incredible scale makes people wonder, how did ancient people move such massive blocks? Who was in charge of this giant project? We can find the answers by studying many different kinds of proof left behind. The proof we have comes in many forms, like pieces of a giant puzzle. There are the stones of the pyramid itself, which hold clues in their placement and markings. Archaeologists have found the tools that the workers used, which tell us about their technology. They have uncovered the remains of entire villages where the builders lived, ate, and slept. The bones of the workers themselves have been discovered and studied, revealing details about their lives and their labor. Finally, there are ancient writings, scraps of papyrus that have survived for millennia, that give us a direct look into the organization of this incredible undertaking. By piecing together all this evidence, a clear picture emerges. This question about who built the pyramid matters a great deal. It is not just a question about ancient history. It is a question about what we believe humans are capable of achieving. If we say aliens built it, we might be taking credit away from the ancient Egyptians. Understanding the truth honors the ingenuity and hard work of the people who actually lived and worked in that time. To understand the pyramid, we must first understand the world in which it was built. At that time, the people of Egypt lived in a powerful and organized kingdom. They called their land Kemet, which means the Black Land, referring to the fertile soil along the Nile River. The ruler of this kingdom was a king, whom we now call a pharaoh. The pharaoh was not just a political leader. He was also seen as a living god, a bridge between the heavens and the earth. The pharaonic state was strong, with a complex government, a powerful priesthood, a well-organized economy. The specific pharaoh who commissioned the Great Pyramid was named Khufu. He ruled Egypt during the Old Kingdom, around the year 2580 BC. Khufu wanted to build a magnificent tomb for himself, a structure that would last for eternity. This tomb was not just a burial place. It was designed to be a resurrection machine, a place that would ensure his safe journey into the afterlife, his transformation into a god among the stars. The pyramid was a statement of his immense power and his divine status. It was meant to be a project that would make his name live forever, and in that, he certainly succeeded. The pyramid was the central part of a much larger complex. It included temples, smaller pyramids for queens, a causeway leading down to the Nile River. The entire complex was a sacred landscape, designed for religious rituals related to the king's death and rebirth. It was not a power plant, not an alien landing pad. It was the ultimate expression of royal power and religious faith in ancient Egypt. For many centuries, a powerful story dominated popular imagination: the idea that slaves built the pyramids. This image of thousands of chained laborers being whipped by cruel overseers is very dramatic. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus, who visited Egypt long after the pyramids were built, wrote that 100,000 men worked in shifts and that the project was a great burden on the people. However, modern archaeology tells a very different and more accurate story. They have found the remains of a large, well-organized town just south of the Giza Plateau. The houses were not prisons. They were organized into blocks with streets. They found bakeries capable of producing thousands of loaves each day. Evidence of fish, beef, and beer, suggesting a nutritious diet. Near the pyramids, archaeologists found a cemetery for the builders. The bodies were carefully buried in mud brick tombs with pottery and other goods. Their bones show hard physical labor, healed fractures, muscle strain, arthritis, but also medical care. The idea that these workers were slaves simply does not fit the evidence. The evidence suggests they were native Egyptians, skilled professionals, and seasonal laborers. There was a core group of highly skilled workers who worked year-round: stonecutters, masons, engineers. They planned the work, cut the stones with precision, ensured the pyramid rose correctly, and lived with their families nearby. During the Nile inundation, farmers were recruited for national service, traveled to Giza, and worked for a season in return for rations, shelter, and possibly pay. Laborers were divided into teams with prideful names: the Friends of Khufu Gang, the Drunkards of Menkaure Gang. A vast support network met physical and spiritual needs, a microcosm of Egyptian society focused on a single monumental goal. The Great Pyramid is made of an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. The first question is, where did all this stone come from? The vast majority of the blocks were quarried right on the Giza Plateau, minimizing overland transport. The smooth, polished casing stones came from fine white limestone at Tura, across the Nile. Deep inside, the king's burial chamber used huge granite blocks, some up to 80 tons. This hard red granite was quarried in Aswan, more than 500 miles to the south. The builders used the Nile as their primary highway, transporting stones from Tura and Aswan on large wooden boats. This was likely done during the annual flood, when boats could approach much closer to Giza. That reduced the distance the stones had to be dragged over land. They even dug canals and harbors to bring the water supply right up to the construction site. Thousands worked at Giza and in distant quarries, supported by boat builders, sailors, and rope makers. Egypt's entire economy was harnessed to source and deliver millions of tons of stone for the Pharaoh's tomb, a masterpiece of ancient logistics. One of the biggest mysteries is how the Egyptians cut and moved such massive stones without modern technology. They used simple tools with great skill: copper chisels and saws with sand abrasive for softer stones. For hard granite, they pounded with dolerite and used fire and water to crack stone along desired lines. To move blocks, they used wooden sleds and large teams pulling papyrus and palm fiber ropes. A tomb painting shows a colossal sled with liquid poured on sand. Modern tests confirm wetting sand cuts friction dramatically. To lift stones, the most accepted solution is ramps, straight, spiral, or even internal, built on simple mechanical principles: levers, sleds, and inclined planes. Marks on stones match the simple tools we know the Egyptians had, no evidence of advanced or alien technology. The real secret was immense manpower, brilliant organization, and patience over time. In 2013, the Diary of Merer, Egypt's oldest papyrus, transformed our understanding. Written by Merer, a foreman of about 40 men during Khufu's reign, it's a work log of daily tasks. He records transporting high-quality Tura limestone to Khufu, the horizon of Khufu, the Great Pyramid's ancient name. The log details canals and harbors that brought boats close to the building site. Merer reports to Ankhof, Khufu's half-brother and vizier, tying a single crew to the highest royal administration. This primary source confirms Egyptians as builders: Nile boat transport, a canal network, and state-managed organization, the human reality of ancient Egypt. Given the overwhelming evidence for human builders, why does the idea of aliens persist? Ancient astronaut claims cite precision, mass, and complexity, plus alignments and math, as beyond ancient people. But this misunderstands both the pyramid and its makers, underestimating Egyptian ingenuity. True north alignment is achievable with simple stellar observations the Egyptians possessed. Impressive proportions arise from simple ratios and construction techniques. Stone marks match copper and stone tools of the period. Sleds and ramps are labor-intensive, but feasible. The logical option: simple tools applied with skill, patience, and organization to achieve the magnificent. Ultimately, the alien hypothesis is a modern myth born of wonder, not evidence. So, who really built the Great Pyramid? After looking at all the evidence, the answer is both simple and profound. The people of ancient Egypt. Commanded by Pharaoh Khufu, designed by brilliant architects and engineers, constructed by tens of thousands of skilled and unskilled Egyptian workers. They were not aliens. They were not slaves laboring in chains. They were fed, housed, and cared for as part of a massive, well-organized national project. We have the quarries, the tools, the workers' village, the graves, the crew graffiti, and even a foreman's logbook, all pointing to human builders. The myths persist because the Great Pyramid is so awesome it can seem beyond ordinary people with simple tools. But that is why the true story is more inspiring. Not super technology, not extraterrestrial visitors, but human potential. It shows what people can achieve when they work together with a common purpose. It is a testament to their ingenuity, organization, perseverance, and deep faith. Knowing the truth allows us to give credit where it is due, to the incredible civilization of ancient Egypt. When we look at the Great Pyramid today, we should not see a mystery that defies explanation, but the result of immense human effort and brilliant planning. The real wonder is not that it is mysterious, but that we can understand how it was built. It is the ultimate symbol of what we, as humans, are capable of creating. Honor the builders. Follow the evidence. If this changed how you see the pyramids, share it. Then join us for the next chapter in ancient engineering.